Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one.
And we're married.
We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started.
And here we are yet again, another Loveology podcast episode. How you doing, love? How's everybody else doing?
I'm doing good. How's all the loveologists out there?
Yeah, Loveologists. Thank you for joining us yet again. So we have another wonderful, fantastic, amazing, off the chain episode.
Dang. Well, I hope it's all those things because you really hyping it up. You're hype man.
I guess that's what I am.
Yep.
Flavor Flav. So what's today's topic, love?
We are talking about stress.
Stress.
The silent killer of relationships.
Like a snake. Stress.
It's always stressful stuff happening, especially when you got kids.
Man, them crumb snatchers. You know? Like sometimes you just got to learn how to cope with stress, or you just find ways to let stress seep up out of your body. Well, so what we going to talk? How we going?
Yeah, we're going to talk about, what happens when you're stressed, what causes our stress, and what happens when it comes into your relationship, and how you can, try to combat stress.
Pow, pew, pew, come back.
I think it's like people that grew up in the Power Ranger age, we make kick sounds and punch sounds.
Kick,
and
punch. Yeah.
Pew,
So.
pew, pew. Like I'm like driving a car and I'll be like, pew, when I turn. Or if I turn in front of somebody, I'm like, pew.
Got him.
So
let's get on this stress.
Yes. So, we have a problem in America.
Yeah.
We seem to be very stressed.
Yes.
We have a lot of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of depression.
Mm-hmm.
And
suicides.
Yeah. And so obviously, if someone or both people are dealing with that in a relationship, then surely it affects their relationship in a negative way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's not. But not only is this is you said in America, but that's around the world.
I mean, they say they being people on TV and on the internet.
Yeah, just random numbers that they like to put together.
These studies that we don't know who we're studying, but apparently
are they really studying anything. Like, who are they studying? You know what I'm saying? They ain't studying me.
Yes, but apparently, we are like ranked up there for the stress factor. So out of all these other countries, other countries deal with it, but apparently for some reason we're up there. And it's like, why? We have we got running water,
Yeah.
We have electricity, we have airplanes, we have cars, we have money,
Yeah.
So
maybe those are, adding to our stress.
Yeah.
All that extra stuff. Just think about it. You just can, you just go out, just go outside your door and try to go fishing, and you bring the food home and you're done,
Yeah.
Get some logs on the fire, that's kind of a cool laid back. I think we call it a vacation.
Right. Yeah. Now we vacate by going to camping
going back how it used to be.
Right. People are vacationing by getting rid of their phones for a day. Like that's like a vacation.
Like a part of that is like you think it's not stress. It's probably stress too, but okay, let's move on.
Yeah. But so anyways, I mean, this is part of the discussion though, because I think that for me, I don't know about you, but because we are not around our family, And I feel like a lot of people have done that. We've moved out from around our family, our support system, our friends, that can take a toll on a relationship too. You know, just not having that village that we used to have back in the day.
For sure, that can take a toll.
Yeah. So, so I think that's especially in California, LA specifically, because a lot of people say all these people, but LA is like the loneliest place in the world.
Wow.
Because it's just so many people, but it's like hard still to find connections with people, and everybody's just really, really isolated.
Right.
So yeah, you know, if you see an LA person walking around, just grab them and hug them or something.
Shoot, better depends on what neighborhood you from.
Yeah, no, don't do that. I'm just playing.
You better relax.
Yeah, so I really do think that people kind of severely underestimate like how stress can make you look at your partner differently. Just day-to-day stress.
Right.
You know, I've been in all these mommy groups and stuff, and it's like this running joke of like, you know, basically they hate their husband after they have the kid because because they're just so stressed out and so sleep deprived, and it's like he is right there to like lash out. Yeah. You know, you can't lash out at the baby, so we gonna lash out at the
give me all the brunt of it.
But yeah,
you gonna lash out when you eating that bacon I'm bringing home?
Huh?
You gonna lash out when you eating that bacon I'm bringing home?
Yeah, because you probably got the wrong kind.
I'm talking metaphorically, like how the man brings.
Oh, you talking about money?
Bacon.
Oh, yeah. I thought you was talking about literally bacon. Like, why did I think that?
Let's move on.
So I kind of want. Oh gosh. I just kind of want to stress that, like, I personally feel like stress and like reducing your stress is one of the greatest gifts that you can give to your relationship. I really do. And making this, you know, specific decisions to keep the stress level down. So let's just talk about, and we're also talking about chronic stress too. Not just like, you know, there's stressors that happen all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we're talking about like, I am so stressed out chronically over
losing
months
weight,
and years, and
hair falling out your head.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I also
can't sleep, can't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that type of stress.
Right.
We on the same page.
Yeah. And so, you know, I just kind of wanted to point out that, you know, basically in a relationship, there's like 3 journeys going on. There's like my journey, your journey, and then our journey together.
Right.
So, like I said before, if one or both people...
Ain't they all going to the same place?
Huh?
Ain't they all going to the same place?
Well, I'm just saying that we experiencing life differently. Me and you, even though like part of it is the same, but I'm definitely experiencing life differently than you're experiencing it.
Right.
And I could be, you know, dealing with some things that, you know,
right,
you're not dealing with.
Exactly.
And you can be dealing with things that I'm not dealing with.
Correct.
So let's just talk about how a person that is stressed out behaves.
That sound like me. Come on,
you tell me.
Let's see. Forgetful? Is that
is one, yeah.
Yeah.
Forgetfulness and disorganization.
Yeah,
I think you was disorganized way before you were stressed. Are you stressed right now, honey?
You know, it is being, you know, it's a little stressful.
Oh,
it's a little stressful, but it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his life. You know, you got a little 10-month-old and got a 4-year-old, and you know, yes, and a full-time job, and you know, I'm a husband and a lover. You know, you gotta wear a lot of hats. A security guard, can't leave that out. You know,
we're not gonna go into the hats that I am wearing.
Hey! You are wonderful. You do a lot. I'm not taking anything from you. You asked me a question, and I gave you an answer.
You did.
I'm done. I'm out of here.
Okay. So stressed people become easily agitated. They have memory and concentration problems, like you said. Depression and anxiety. Low energy. Poor judgment. Then you can also have physical issues too. Headaches, upset stomach, diarrhea. You remember that song, that commercial?
No. Pepto-Bismol or something?
I think so. It was like upset stomach, diarrhea.
Yeah, whack.
Okay, aches and pains, chest pains, rapid heartbeats, insomnia, and that good old loss of sexual desire.
Wow.
You don't want that, do you?
No. No.
But when people are stressed, these are just some of the symptoms that.
No, though.
What?
You know, like, I think guys, well, I guess, no, if you get stressed enough, you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really stress. We call that you in the slumps.
And this is the question about that. What if, like, you're associating your stress with your
Get out of the way. Get
your
out
wife?
that wine press. You said what now?
What if you're associating your stress with your wife, like she's associated to your source of stress?
I don't think that'll be good.
Do you think you'll have a low sexual desire?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
for
that's
sure.
a good example, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if one person or both people are like this, how do you think that this affects our relationship?
If both people are stressed out, it's going to like, you're going to be miscommunicating. You're already going to be miscommunicating as it is, but then you add stress on top of it. Stress is like a dirty film of just gunk that's just clouding, it slows you down and it's clouding your judgment. It's just a gunk that just needs to be cleaned off. That's what stress is. You can't, like a fog, a little monkey, a little gorilla on your back too. You got to carry this extra weight. Yeah.
We people who are stressed tend to take their stress out on the other person.
Mm-hmm.
I can think of a specific example where I definitely took my stress out on you.
Oh, wow. Come on.
You thought that I was going to say you took your stress out on me, huh?
Yeah, come on when you taking the stress out on me.
Well, let me first say that you
innocent bystander.
Yeah, you when you're stressed, you also have like less empathy for the other person.
Yeah.
So.
You came back from the pool.
Oh, yeah, he already know because I was cold-hearted, y'all. Yeah.
I gave her a pass.
I was super cold-hearted.
I knew. I've been deployed 3 times. I know she's a robot right now. Yeah. And it's all love. You just gotta take that one right on the chin and say, you know what, you sure right. Let's eat this red ramen.
So basically, yes, Jason and I. First of all, went on it was pretty much a 9-month deployment, and I had a super hard time. During my deployment. And I got back and I was a part of
No. Tell them why you had a super hard time.
I don't want to go into all of that right now.
Well, at least give them your hours and how many days a week that you was working.
Well, we didn't have any days off, okay?
Yeah, not having any days off is it's crazy. So
absolutely.
I think people kind of understand that. Yeah, it's a tough time.
Right.
8 months. That's you're almost like a little slave there.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Slave with benefits. So you were saying you got back and what?
Yeah, so I got back and I was a part of the security team. So the security team had to watch the ship while half of the sailors on the ship went home and had their rest. So I came straight back and I had like 3 days off and then I had to go back to work after working for 9 months.
Right, yeah, that's crazy.
So
we used to get 2 weeks off.
Well, we got 2 weeks off, but because I was with security, I had to let the ship go first, and security stayed working because we have to guard the ship. Yeah. We have to guard, and then those 2 weeks.
But that just for people, that don't know, that was your security was a detail. You also had a primary job in the Navy. So, for those that's thinking about joining the Navy, you're going to have multiple jobs for no reason whatsoever.
Well, maybe not,
I had one job.
Well, basically my job was very sea specific. So when we weren't out at sea, like my real job was when we weren't out at sea, there was still stuff for us to do, but not much. So that's why we got sent away to different departments. And yeah.
Long yaw.
Yeah. But on the sea, oh yeah, we working.
Again, Air Force is the best decision to go.
Okay.
If you're going to go in the military.
Please stop interrupting my story.
I'm sorry. Go for it.
So Jason, picked me up from work, and I was still in my uniform. I think.
Yeah,
I think that probably had something to do with it.
Yeah. You gotta peel off that snake skin for you. Gotta peel off that stress off your back.
Yes, and I think it was cold, and I had been standing watch at night, like the night before, and it was like snowing and sleeting and all this other stuff on me.
And I'm warm, and I'm
standing outside. We are freezing outside. Got my M16 and my 9 on my hip, and I'm just out there just freezing to death. Probably why we moved to LA, because I can't handle the cold no more after that. I'm just traumatized. Oh my God, right? So anyways, we was eating Red Robin for lunch, and Jason, I can't even remember. Jason started complaining about something, and whatever it was, in my opinion, it was super whack. I'm just like,
yeah, I mean, you're trying to compare it to, a deployment and being in the military. You're, a slave of benefits. Yeah.
Do you remember what you were complaining about?
Of course not.
See, because it was
minute. Yeah.
Yes.
I get it.
And what did I say, Jason?
I don't know what you said.
I said
it was something very sharp.
I was like, I
fast.
really don't care. Like, I said something really crazy. Yeah. I can't remember it. I just know it was very hurtful, because I just didn't have no.
But I dodged them bullets like Neo. Tried to shoot at me.
I didn't have any empathy for him. I was like, this stuff that you complaining about is ridiculous. Like,
pennies.
Yeah. And unfortunately, like, a lot of military members have this issue, especially when we transition out of the military.
Oh, yeah.
And we've just gone through a lot of stressful situations, and we've gone through a lot of stuff. And so when we come to the civilian world and we're sitting beside
butterflies and birds chirping,
someone who is complaining about like something super whack, you just looking at them like, please, suck it up, and stop complaining, So, you just have no idea, and so definitely, military families are under an extreme amount of stress. So I always tell people, if you want to thank a service member, you make sure you thank their family too, because they're doing a lot of sacrificing as well.
Sure is.
And so yeah. So it's funny. I remember this incident, but I can't exactly remember what I said. But I feel like I said, like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care what you.
Yeah, it was something bold, Like
something that was rude. It wasn't bold. It was super rude, and I was mean.
And like I said, infinite wisdom that I have.
Oh, infinite wisdom.
I'm just joking.
Oh my,
golly, don't take it so hard. But no, I just knew it wasn't, because I've been there. I've been in your shoes, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? I know it wasn't wise to try to check you on that. You know what I'm saying? Or it just wasn't wise at that time.
It would have been
would I have been right? Yes.
Yes, you would have.
I would have been right.
Yeah.
But it would have been an epic battle for no reason.
Yeah. Sometimes even though you're right, sometimes you just gotta be like,
So it's all good. I give you a pass.
I really appreciate you though, because I know that was really rude and very mean, and I really do appreciate your passion. I mean, your compassion and patience.
Understand.
Go ahead.
So we can communicate. Go ahead.
Okay, so yes, that was one of the things, is
you don't
having
really
less
know me.
having less empathy towards your partner, right? Some of the other things that stress can cause in your relationship is the loss of intimacy. And we're talking about intimacy on a lot of different levels. Just like talking to each other, because sometimes people shut down when they are stressed out because they don't want to, worry their partner or whatever. And so, maybe the two of you would normally have good communication you know, and just be talking about your day. But because you're stressed and you don't want to talk about work, you don't talk about it.
Right.
So you don't talk about anything. Like,
Right.
I don't know. You just want to like go drink a beer or something. I don't know. And
Right.
not talk. And so, yeah. So intimacy can be lost in that way as well as physical. And then not being able to properly handle conflict because you're irritable probably. So luckily you were the sane one. You weren't stressed out in that situation. So, so yes, like you said, it would have been a bad situation had you reacted in, you know, a way that would have been totally understandable. Okay.
Situations will arise. They say, but you gotta be smart about
I
it.
wish I was comfortable singing with you. I used to sing in a choir, so you couldn't actually hear my voice.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm comfortable singing.
You know, I had an album.
Yeah, he had a rap album that nobody heard.
A few people
besides me.
A few people heard it. And a couple of music videos.
I hate that music video, but
Go
not
for
hate. Hate is a strong word. So let's talk about some causes, since we know that stress is bad, and we know that stress like literally kills people sometimes.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So like what? Let's talk about some things that causes the stress.
Well, I think, you know, money, you know, that's a
Money.
Yeah, there you go. Come out there, little shell. Okay. Coming out of that cocoon. Yes, money is I think is a huge stressor.
Yep.
And that's why Andrew Yang is proposing.
Oh my gosh! Listen, this is not a political show.
I'm just saying he's trying to get that pressure off your back by giving you an extra $1,000 a month, universal basic income. Check him out, Andrew Yang. Google him. Next president, 2020.
So yes, money. You know, yeah, money is crazy, and sometimes we have to work multiple jobs in order to get the money. You know what I mean? So yes, that is a major stressor.
Yeah, because not having it can, you know, just make you do things that you don't want to do that adds more stress. So yeah.
Okay. So what's some other ones?
Your job.
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 Oh yeah.
Job. Job.
Yes, jobs. Let's see. Health.
Yeah.
Health is a big one. You know, with everything going on with us in our country right now, I'm sure a lot of people stressed at like just thinking about the future of our country and the political climate of the country.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Yes. I actually get very stressed watching the news. So
yeah, I don't even watch the news. For what?
It's
a lot of negative.
Like to, but you have to stay informed.
No,
though.
I am informed. I just use Facebook and
Jason, stop it.
What?
No,
that's true. So you're telling me that when they say breaking news, you know what I'm saying, in red, that's news. So I'm getting the same information you get. Matter of fact, I'm getting it before you get it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not as good as reading a newspaper or
I can still read the article. I can just click on it. And then it also come with videos. Your newspaper come with videos?
No, but there's normally it's like short and there's like a lot of stuff missing and, you know.
It's the same thing in that newspaper. Matter of fact, I can pull your newspaper up on my phone.
Okay. We digressing.
I have to watch the news. All this stuff is syndicated.
What do you think about media overload? Do you think that stresses us out?
Yeah, that's what I was telling you earlier about the phones and all this other stuff.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
We getting bombarded all over the place, man. You know, they got these, you know, how they advertise to us more and more now. You know, used to you watch a TV show, you watching Married with Children, and then the commercial come on, man. You getting up, you going to the bathroom, you're not even paying attention to the commercials. But now you watching a Facebook video. I think we talked about it already. But you pull up a Facebook video, you got to watch two. They got two commercials back to back, 30-second clips. Like, come on, man. Just one video, one 15-second video. You finna have me watch all of this.
Yeah.
Like, so they
might as well be TV. Like, we knew that it was going to get to be this way eventually.
This is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want me to pay you so I don't watch these videos, man? You can get my money.
Yeah, it's free TV versus cable. It's the same thing. It's just on the internet now. So
Yeah.
all right. So I wanted to say something about jobs. So I would like to tell a story about how I always say that, huh?
Yeah, just tell a story.
I want to tell y'all a story. So last year, I decided to become a stay-at-home mom.
Oh yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Appreciate you. The family appreciates you, love.
Thank you.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Thank you. Because of stress, stress level of, well, I think it's just a combination of like my entire life, because I've been working since I was 6. I've been working since I was 16. I worked in college during college. I worked like 30 hours a week because I was a part-time supervisor, and I worked a night shift. And then after that, I had, a job in between, but then I went to the military and I worked for 4 years, and I worked really long. And then I got out of the military, and then, I had a baby, and we transitioned from, the East Coast to the West Coast. So we were just doing a whole lot.
Too much stuff.
And so when the second baby came, our love child, when he came, I was like, oh man, I can do this. I can go back to work. And I was like, I think I just literally had a burnout, really. And I'm very blessed to, be in a position where I was able to make a choice on whether or not I wanted to go back to work, because of course we know that lots of people do not have that choice.
Right.
And so yeah, I'm pretty sure I experienced a burnout. But that was just like, no way. Normally I have the sort of attitude that I'm just like going to push it and just halfway kill myself because I'm going to continue to work.
Right.
But this time I just couldn't do it. I couldn't see it no more. I was going to pass out. I was going to literally pass out. So, I decided to, just reduce my stress, because my mental health is very, very important to me.
Sí, señora.
And I'm like, I'm going to have to pull on out here. I'm going to have to,
For those that don't know, sí, señora is yes, ma'am in Spanish. Just some people may not know.
Jason thinks that he can speak
I'm
Spanish,
a little bilingual.
But you're not.
I'm a little bilingual, yes.
You're not bilingual at all.
It's on my resume.
Yeah. Well, you're fibbing if it is.
Babe, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Come on now. Come on, man. Come moving right along, man. Prove you wrong.
What else can you say?
A lot of
¿De
things.
dónde eres?
Mamacita. Sexy señorita.
What does ¿de dónde eres
¿De
mean?
dónde eres tú? Now, yeah, exactly.
You don't know.
Mi nombre J-Rock G.
Your number is J-Rock G?
Mi nombre. It's my name. I gotta teach you. See
what I'm saying?
I'm a little bilingual, man. Come on, baby. Get out of here for it.
You're not. Anyway.
I just proved it.
Whatever. So yeah. And I guess I kind of wanted to just like say that as far as stress is concerned, of course there are a lot of things that happen that are totally out of our control. But there are a lot of things that are in our control.
Right.
That can really help us reduce our stress. And so me leaving my job was just one of those things that I felt like I had to do, because my stress level was just not going to be getting any better with 2 little ones.
Right. And
just at the state that I was at the time.
Right.
So, but if anybody's wondering, I'm feeling a lot better. So, and like sometimes, relationships with your families and friends and, with your kids. Kids are wonderful, but they're stressful.
Yeah. They're a handful.
Yeah. And sometimes your spouse can be stressful. Honestly.
Yeah, I guess you can be stressful sometimes.
I know y'all already know that Jason is a handful, so
how?
They can tell. I'm sure they can tell that you are a handful. Okay? They've been listening to us for all this time, and they know that Jason Harris is a handful.
I don't believe that. I think I'm pretty easygoing.
So What has been some times in during our time together that was most stressful for you, and how do you think that it affected our relationship?
Most stressful for me, well, going back to the deployment, that was a stressful situation. Because like I said, I've been deployed myself 3 times, and I know what it is on the deployed side. You know, you don't think about days, you don't think about time, really. You just got to do this job, you got to do this mission. You know what I'm saying? So you got tunnel vision, kind of. So you don't think about the outside world. You try not to. It makes the days go by faster if you don't. So now I'm on the other side. I'm in the civilian life, and my wife is somewhere in the Mediterranean. I don't know where she is, because she's got a top secret location. She's deployed. So yeah, and then you hear stuff on the news. I remember I heard something was going on in the Mediterranean with some Navy warships. I'm like, oh my God. And I tried to email you, and I didn't get anything.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Pobrecita.
Yeah, whatever. Donata. Poor baby.
Yes, that is correct.
I know, like I said, a little bilingual. But yeah, so that was stressful for me, because I think I ain't heard from you like a week or two. Yeah. So yeah, it was a stressful situation.
Yeah, but I guess because we were separated, it didn't really affect our relationship, because it wasn't like you were just excited to hear from me whenever you did hear from me. Right. But I mean, that's only because you completely understood. Now, when I was deployed, I felt so sad, because some of the guys would just be on the phone forever. They're arguing with their wife, because the wife is not handling the stress as well as you were handling it.
Like the cool side of the pillow.
Yeah. And other men, the other husbands of the women who were serving too. I would see it all the time. Like, they're just not, they're on the phone or emailing, or people would talk to me about the fact that their spouse is not understanding why we can't talk every day, and I can't stay on the phone for an hour because it's a payphone, and it's like, like, it's on the ship, but we have to use a card. It's kind of, so anyways, so the significant other was not handling that stress very well. And unfortunately, it caused the service member to be more stressed out. Right. So I appreciate you for, keeping it together. You're
welcome, love.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Any other times?
What are some other times? I forgot.
Well, when we first moved out here, you had to work a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just got a job. Being that whole man thing. Have to, make sure, because Ashley wasn't working. She was going to school.
Excuse me, but I was getting paid to go to school?
Not just yet. Well, I guess, you were at the time. I'm thinking like in the very beginning. But yeah, you were getting paid to go to school. Shout out to the GI Bill.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, definitely. But still, in order to get our house that we was renting, I had to have some type of employment. Had to prove that I was working, and I was working, carrying that mail, hours and hours, over 12 hours, sometimes 13, 14 hours. It was some weeks where I didn't see my daughter up.
Oh,
yeah. I would leave early in the morning, about 5, 6 in the morning. She sleep. And sometimes I don't come home till 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, carrying mail, believe it or not, and she would still be asleep.
Of course, yeah.
So I remember the whole month of November, I worked the whole month.
Oh.
I was at 30 days, 30 hours. It was 1 week I was 30 hours overtime on Tuesday. I was already at 30 hours.
And how did I handle the situation?
You handled it very well. Yeah, I appreciate it. And we had some help. Your mom,
Mm-hmm.
she was helping with our daughter, so we definitely appreciate her. Shout out to Miss Yvonne.
Yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop. So very, very, very very, very appreciated. Don't know how we was gonna do it without you.
We wasn't at all.
It was gonna be over with.
Yep.
I heard that. So yeah, just a lot of stress, man. A lot of stress. What else?
But I handled it well.
Yeah, you handled it very well. That, you know, we rolled through those stressful times.
Mhm.
You know, like it's, I don't know, we just covered by the blood of the lamb. Yeah, we don't really get hit.
So what specifically, because we're here to help.
Mm-hmm.
So what specifically is, you know, allowing us to roll with the punches, so to speak? What do you think is the
Keep your eyes on the prize. You gotta understand the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see you gotta look at the future.
mm-hmm.
What are y'all doing this for? What are you going through this particular situation for? You know what I'm saying? So, if it's some stress that you didn't intentionally put on yourself, you just gotta understand that this is, like I said, this is just a film, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not who she really is. So my wife, you know, said what she said that day in Red Robin. My bottomless fries. You know, I didn't take it to heart because I knew she was stressed out. I knew she was in a different mindset, and that's not who you are. So it was all good. You know, get your past and moved on. So you just got to keep your eyes on the prize.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. And, you know, communication is always the key.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It just really is.
Damn.
You have to communicate through these stressful times because some things can get misrepresented and misunderstood, misinterpreted, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to have clarity, especially when you're stressed out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with you. I think the biggest thing for me that helps both of us through these situations is definitely keeping our eye on the prize, and we both have a good ability just to be able to push through some hard stuff because we are chasing that bigger picture. Like we see it and it's like, okay,
I can taste it.
Yeah, this is just what we're doing just so we can get to this bigger picture, and it's fine. Like if I need to be inconvenienced a little bit to get to that big picture, then fine with me. You know what I mean?
It is what it is.
Yeah. And we definitely had a team sort of mentality. I don't know. I feel like I had more of a team mentality. I ain't going to say that because you probably would have quit if you didn't have a team mentality.
Correct.
Jason, what are you talking about? But, you know, I had to make sure Jason had his lunches and he wanted a hot dinner.
I had to have hot. Look, I talked to James, my best friend. I talk to him all the time. It's funny. And it's funny. I say I have to have hot meat. When it got to be hot and it got to be some meat. That's what I want on my plate when I come home. I guess I just need that protein. I've been walking 14, 15 miles, you know.
Yeah.
I need that in my life. Get that. I don't care what y'all talking about.
Yeah, so I had to be on top of it. And so that was my way of supporting you and trying to make your stressful time period, because I knew how stressed you were and I knew how much you were working. And I knew you weren't in a good place, but you were doing all of this so, you know, to help provide for us.
Correct.
So I wanted to support you and try to reduce your stress as much as possible. And so I tried to make sure the meals was on point every single day.
Yeah, I would get upset if.
Yeah, he was not very happy. He wanted my dinner. He called, what we eating for dinner? I'm like, just don't do that, okay? Don't do it. I got you. Don't do it. But there was sometimes, because I was going through a lot too. I started film school and my first semester was chaotic.
Yeah, it was.
So we both were just really grinding it out.
Yeah.
And I would be gone from like 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, there's no way you can do that. and like have kids without having somebody else helping you out.
For
It's
sure.
like not possible.
Yeah.
It's like you'd be in jail for child neglect.
Right.
Yeah.
And so so luckily, like, my time slowed down after that first semester. But yeah, that first few months that we moved to LA, we were working.
Just say this: we didn't see LA.
No, not at all. Yeah.
It's still parts of LA and Malibu that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. Some people been living here their whole life and they haven't gone to those places.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, so yes, for the people who may be dealing with a spouse who is stressed, you know, it is good for you to just figure out what they need, how you can help them, and try your best to support them, listen to them, and, you know, like I said, figure out the best way that you can support them, because, you know, this is what being in a relationship is about.
All about
supporting each other and helping each other.
Yep,
right.
Yep.
And, you know, like Jason said, having empathy for them. I didn't go off on him when he was really complaining about his food, which, you know, he would get mad if his dinner was not ready.
And if she would,
but I understood that, though.
It was going to be an epic battle then. And she was wise enough to, you know.
I understood. You're doing a lot. And so, but I was doing a lot too. So, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know. Yeah. He was like, nah, it wasn't as much as I was doing.
Definitely wasn't.
And you was driving like an hour and a half to get to work. And then you had to drive the truck.
Wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So, happy that's over.
Yes.
Happy that season is over.
It's a wrap. On to the next one.
So I guess we've already been talking about it, but we can talk about some more ways to manage stress.
Exercise.
Oh, yep, that's a great one. First you need to identify what the stressor is.
Yes.
For right, and this is as we talk about being in a relationship.
How can you do that?
Sit back and think about it. What do you mean? How can you do it?
Like, what if the stressor is really deep from within?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I've definitely caused a lot of internal stress on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a good point, because I have like a ridiculous standard, and
Yeah.
and it's like I've figured out that it's impossible to keep, and so that causes me to stress.
Do you feel like you would turn into a dirtbag?
Would I turn into a dirtbag?
No. Do you feel like, because you're just saying that you are giving up your ridiculous standard and you're stressing out about it?
No, I'm saying that in the past, I realized that my standards, my ridiculous standards, caused me to have unnecessary stress because I'm putting too much pressure on myself.
Right.
And so no, I don't feel like I'm a dirtbag because I'm dropping some of them. I'm being more realistic.
Yeah, there we go.
Because I mean, I guess, well, we can talk about this one point later, but don't let me forget, Jason. But just like, you know, ordering groceries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll just talk about it now. But basically, you know, when I was working and pregnant and sick, Jason started ordering groceries, and I thought it was.
Because I can't stand going to the grocery store. Let me give you a quick backstory. So I had my grandmother would go to Kroger, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was the main one we go to, and she would spend hours upon hours in this grocery store talking to everybody, because she taught school she was a teacher for 33 years in Palestine, Wheatley, and other places, and so she knew everybody, right? So yeah, we spent hours in the grocery store. So I am traumatized about shopping and going grocery shopping.
He's gotten a little bit better, y'all, but yeah, like the first time me and him went into a grocery store, he was losing his mind. Like if I said that I'm going in the grocery store to get like 2 things,
yeah,
I have to get 2 things. I can't wander anywhere else. Or he was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" It's not. It's insane. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's got problems.
Yeah, I did. But so yeah, I hate going to grocery. I hate going grocery shopping.
Yeah. So anyways, I just thought that was one of those things that I needed to do. You know, like ordering groceries, we can go to the grocery store. Stop doing that. You know what I mean? But like what I was dealing with at the time, I should have just ordered the groceries. And now guess what? Mama ordered groceries.
I order groceries all the time.
Because, and then something that I also, you know, realized is that because we're not around family, we do have my mom out here, but she's working. And so she's not available to, you know, just drop our children off and I go run some errands. It's really hard to run errands with kids. I do it I do it.
Yeah,
but
it's tough.
But it's, you know, it's really hard. And sometimes you just want to go to the grocery store and go get the stuff and then come back and not have to, you know, have the kids with you. So I realized that because I don't have that support system here, it's like actually you need to do these sort of things. You know what I mean? Of course, make sure it's within the budget. Like I only do it once a week. I don't order multiple times. I decide what I want and then I order for the week. So I'm not paying a delivery fee multiple times.
The delivery fee is like what, $5?
No, the one that I use is like $9, but
man,
but
please, I pay you $9 to go get my groceries for me, please. Because
then I'm gonna tip.
It's gonna take me time. It takes me time.
Yeah,
That's gonna give me stress.
Exactly. And so that when it becomes like too stressful, it's like, do I want to do this or do I want to reduce my stress?
Can't find the stuff.
That's because you don't know what you're doing.
Man, it don't make sense. You know, stuff on different aisles.
That's because you don't go in the grocery store enough.
Yeah, man, come on. I know some of my people out there can attest to it.
The people who don't go to the grocery store.
That you know is some stuff on crazy aisles that don't supposed to be on. That's just what it is. I can't really think of them right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So anyways, so that was one of the things that I definitely still do now. And I just had to like, why do you have this ridiculous standard for yourself that you have to go to the grocery store? We live in the time now that we can get we can get groceries delivered to us, or at the bare minimum, they can shop for it and I can go pick it up at the store instead of, you know, if I don't want to pay that delivery fee. And that's still much better than, you know, me walking around the store for an hour. So of course I still go to the grocery store from time to time, but with this little one, hey, we finna do this grocery delivery,
right?
You know, and I can have more energy to do other stuff that I need to do.
Right.
So that's an example of just kind of like, you know, internal. So your original question is how does a person know? I mean, you just have to sit down and think about it, you know? And hopefully, you know, you have a partner that can help point these things out to you, because you definitely pointed that out to me.
Couldn't you be stressing out and you don't even know you're stressing out?
Yeah, for sure. I that's why I read the symptoms in the beginning, because sometimes people don't know that they're under chronic stress. Like they've been going fast for so long that they don't even
to it.
Yeah, they don't even recognize until something really bad happens.
To it.
Not immune.
Well, not immune. They just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, or they just
have a breakdown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that breakdown will take you all the way down to your knees.
Yeah. So we've also already said communicate with your partner. You know, they might be able to offer you some support, some advice like you were able to offer me, Jason. You know, and just, you know, it's like I said, this is what relationships are about, and it creates a more closeness with your partner. Right.
Yep.
So you also want to find, you know, ways to manage your stress. And you said exercising.
Yeah, I did.
That's like one of the main things.
Yeah.
That's like one of the main tips for managing stress is exercise.
Yeah.
You know, and you might just need to strengthen your resiliency too.
Yeah. Activate that core.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, hey, sometimes you do just gotta suck it up, right?
Yeah. I mean, it makes you
and you gotta get it done.
And you might need to go through that stressful situation to get you strong enough and be prepared for your next level.
Right, because basically all stress is not bad for that reason. Like, you know, yeah, when we go through stressful situations and we deal with the properly, then we do become more resilient.
Right.
You know, that's basically what the military do to you. Put you in a whole bunch of stressful situations, and you do become more resilient.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
So yeah, so you know, and there's some tips and tricks on how to strengthen your resiliency. I'm not gonna go into that for time's sake, but yeah. So maybe you just need to manage your time better, or say no to some commitments that you put on your plate.
Yeah.
That has been a big one for me. I am a busybody. I love to do a lot of things, and I put way too many commitments on my plate. And so that is something that I'm trying to do better at. It's like, nope, can't do that.
Right.
Let's be realistic about, you know, what you're putting on your plate.
Right.
Other ways to cope is some negative ways. Sometimes people cope with stress in some negative ways.
Like what?
Well, dependency on drugs.
Oh yeah. That's not
one,
good.
Yeah, that's one way. Not saying that this is what you should do. I'm just warning against those things, because most of the time, no, all the time, if you become dependent on something like that, it just makes matters worse.
Right, exactly. And I want to dive a little bit deeper into that, because you know, drugs and alcohol. So because alcohol is not a drug.
Oh, it's not?
I don't think so, because they always say drugs and alcohol.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Drugs more so like, you know, crack and, you know, heroin, stuff like that. But what about marijuana? You know, some would say that marijuana is a great stress reliever. You know, that's supposed to be it comes from the earth.
Yes. I mean, I am not a fan of being dependent on anything. I don't even drink coffee for that reason.
You depend on water.
Get out of here. Oh my gosh.
Go for it.
I don't even have the words.
You just said you don't depend on anything.
I said I'm not a fan of being dependent on anything. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I need food.
So
I need water. I need food and water to survive. But do I need coffee to survive? Do I need weed to survive? No, I do not. So I'm talking about in that way.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's completely legal here. So, hey, if you need to do a little something to take the edge off, you go right on ahead. Have fun.
I've seen some reports and articles in that old newspaper that you read, right? They talked about it's more and more parents are becoming, you know, marijuana moms. I think that's what they call them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, because it can be stressful raising a kid. They was doing it in the 70s as well.
Yeah.
You know, don't act too bougie, you know, parents out there, when y'all was doing the same thing. But yeah, marijuana is a tricky one. Yeah. They say it's a gateway drug. I'm not sure really.
I think they kind of stopped saying that as much now, because I think they kind of realized that it's really not. I mean, for some people it is.
Yeah.
But like lots of people do weed and they never smoke anything else ever in their life. Like I think it's more people that smoke weed, haven't even tried anything else. They just like weed and they're good with that. They don't want to try the other stuff.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't have the numbers.
Yeah.
I don't have the numbers.
Studies.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess my issue with that is still though, it's like sometimes people abuse weed and you're not dealing with the issues.
Mm-hmm. You're just covering
causes.
up. You're just covering up your stress.
You're medicating. You're not dealing with the root causes of what has you stressed.
All you're doing is just curing. Well, you're not even curing it, but you're just covering up the symptoms right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like I said, if you want to do that, take an edge off. You know, they have a joke about stay-at-home moms need wine to unwind or something. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm still breastfeeding, so as soon as I'm finished, I'm gonna get me some wine.
So that's like weed.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not like judging it. I'm just saying, just be careful with that, because whatever's stressing you need to get to the root problem of it. And, you know,
because you're basically feeding it, you know, because the whole point of you doing that, let's say drinking wine, or let's say smoking weed, the whole point of you smoking is to kind of, like you said, take the edge off.
Mm-hmm.
You're down, so you want to be happy,
Mm-hmm.
right? So by you doing that, you actually feeding your stress to get bigger and bigger, so you can do more to cover it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
I think so.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's move right along.
So yeah, so that kind of like takes me back to when I was talking about, some of the stressors in our life are based on our decisions, So yeah, like if you got a house that, that you actually shouldn't have gotten because it's too expensive,
Right.
that's a stressor.
Yes.
Now you got to work, or you got like a car that's too expensive. Now you got to work a whole lot just to pay for these material things. And then you don't have any time to relax and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, to actually enjoy the thing that you bought.
Yeah. So the thing owns you and you don't own it. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty much you working for it.
Right.
So so sometimes that's issues like that. Like
It's called a trick bag. Put yourself in a trick bag.
Exactly.
Get out of there.
Yeah. I think we said before on here, we drive, cheap cars. We don't,
Yes.
hey, they get us to point A to point B. Okay?
They'll get to see sometimes too.
Yeah.
Look, we just drove to Vegas the other time, not too long ago.
Oh yeah, they fine. They get us around. Like they do their thing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring up this example of a good movie. It's called Fences.
Okay.
Have you seen it, Jason?
See, senor.
Okay. It's based on a play written by a man named August Wilson, and it was played. The two main characters was played by Denzel and
Denzel Washington.
There's only like one Denzel, like that's an actor.
I mean,
we know who we talking about.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, what is what's her name? Oh man, his wife.
Talking about in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that on How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes. Why can't I remember her name?
I don't know. Go for it. But we know what you're talking about.
Viola. I'm sorry, Viola. Of course I know you.
Shout out to Viola.
I know your name.
We love to have you on the podcast.
So they
Viola Davis.
Quick setup.
By the way,
their two characters have been married for 18 years, and he tells her that he cheated on her and he got a baby on the way. So when I saw this movie, this scene when he does this confession, it just really stuck with me. Right? I got a point. I know it's kind of random, but
please don't take it out on me. Just calm down when you go over it.
I do have a point. So here we go. I actually looked up what he said exactly because I was like, this is messed up, right? He said, she said, basically she was asking him, was he going to see her anymore? Mm-hmm. And he says, it's just, she gives me a different idea, a different understanding about myself. I can step out of this house and get away from the pressures and problems. Be a different man. I ain't got to wonder how I'm going to pay for the bills and get the roof fixed. I can just be a part of myself that I ain't never been. And then he goes on to say that he gets to laugh at her house and all this other stuff. And of course, I was fuming.
Yeah.
And he said he couldn't give that up.
Ooh. Hey man, like I said, chill out. It ain't me. That's Denzel, your homeboy. Holler at him on that, okay?
It's not even him. It's his character, of course. But
but you manifesting this anger. I can see your eyes are red over there.
She says, you should have held on to me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he's really insecure about where he is in his life and that he didn't do these grand things that he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And but this is the problem. You associated your life with stress. Yeah. And instead of digging in and doing the work to be happy with your wife,
yes,
you go laugh at somebody else's house and be the man at somebody else's house because there's no pressures, there's no responsibilities. It's such a cowardly move. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that when I saw that, I said, this SOB. I cannot believe it. But I think this like really does happen really a lot. Like when men cheat, they running away from their responsibilities, and they like I said, associate their family and all their responsibilities with stress, and instead of like dealing with it and creating a better life for themselves,
right,
they go run off and go get a side chick. So
and sometimes they run off because the wifey's not taking care of home.
But she was a good wife, and she was taking care of home.
Yeah, she was. But I'm just saying, we gotta, just throwing it out there too. Wife, you gotta take care of home too. I'm just saying, we don't know. It's a fictional character. They ain't really go into all of that. You know what I'm saying?
When you say take care of home, what exactly do you mean?
I mean, Jay's supposed to have conversations, and if he's not getting, or if he doesn't feel like his relationship is up to par, and it's something that she's not giving to him or something, I don't know. It could be anything. So yeah,
I wish y'all can see how I'm looking at Jason.
It is what it is. Check us out on Facebook Live on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check us out, Facebook Live.
Yeah. Okay. Last point. You might need to make a change. I think we've already kind of said that. It's basically this last situation that I was talking about. He should have made a change and not a change to go sleep with somebody else and get them pregnant. I have a quote that I really liked that I'm going to read to you guys. Okay. It says, "True self-care is not salt baths and chocolate cake. It is making the choice to build a life you don't need to regularly escape from. And that often takes doing the thing you least want to do." And her name, the writer name, is Brianna. Is it Waste? How do you say that, Jason?
Brianna Weiss.
Weiss.
Little bilingual.
He really on this bilingual stuff today. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so basically this kind of stood out to me because self-care has become a very, trendy topic. And a lot of times when something becomes trendy, the true meaning kind of becomes lost, like among all the millions of people that's talking about it now.
Right.
And so people are doing, very indulgent things and calling it self-care, and that's not what self-care is, you know? Sometimes I think that the point that the writer was trying to make is, not to forget that the aim should be to really build the best life for ourselves.
Right.
Sometimes that means that, you need to force yourself to go exercise because you're going to feel better if you exercise, and you're going to be healthier if you exercise.
Right.
To rest, because sometimes we work too much and we need to rest, and we don't, value rest as much, it seems like, in this country. And we definitely need to do better at that. And sometimes that means starting a new job, or, it can just mean a lot of things.
A lot of things.
Yeah. So I thought that was really important because, like I said, sometimes people are creating their own definition of what self-care is.
Right.
You don't want to escape from your life. You want to enjoy it. And
yeah, you want to fix it. You don't want to try to jump in somebody else's car. Fix your car and drive it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like my car.
Yep.
I like my life.
Well, I'm happy you like your life. I can't talk today. I'm sorry, y'all. I messed up on a few words. So
they say, happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
That's right. So, babe, give us some final thought. My final thought is for the fellas. Here you go. I'll make it simple for my fellas. I might have a little quick segment, Well, you know what grinds my gears? And then he says something real quick. But anywho,
I don't know.
It's off of the Family Guy. So, fellas, it's okay. Being stressed out is a normal thing, I think. Or is it? Is it? It don't supposed to be normal, but
not
I think
stressed out. There's stressors that come.
Stressors, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's okay. Just try to get it evaluate. Talk to your partner because they can help point out some things that you may not be able to see, and just try to figure out how to extinguish it and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Tackle something else. Use that energy on something else. But it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my final thoughts are exactly what I just said as far as like the self-care thing. I'm all for let's build the life that we want, that is not has the most minimal amount of stress.
Yeah.
Or, because some people can just naturally handle, I don't even know if naturally is, they've just been doing this longer and they're able to deal with things better because they've built that resiliency.
Mm-hmm.
So either build that, become more resilient, or de-stress and make some decisions that is going to provide you with these less stressful situations,
Exactly.
So I'm all for that. I'm all for the decisions.
Right.
And if it's something that's out of your control, just know that you can do it. You can cope with it. We got to get that resiliency up, and take care of yourself and pray and, get in there and fight.
Exactly. Keep fighting.
Duke it out. You can do it.
So, love, I think that is a wrap.
That's a wrap
for another episode of Loveology Podcast. Please don't forget to share the love, like us, follow us, all that.
Rate and review us.
We on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of that good stuff. Share the love, everybody.
Yeah.
And don't forget, again, Wednesdays we have a live discussion and we're going to be giving away some stuff. So if you wanted to get some t-shirts, some cash, going to do a $100 cash giveaway here soon. So get ready for that. The only way you can get a hold to it is you got to be on Facebook Live. So that's on Wednesdays. That's 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. Facebook Live only. So again, I'm going to catch y'all next time. I love y'all. Catch y'all in the wind. Holla at you.
Peace. You've been listening to the Loveology Podcast. Did you have fun with us today? Tell a friend about our show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Visit us at loveologypodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, Loveologists.